Welcome to being incarnated on planet Earth. You are now gifted with the supernatural abilities because of our planet passing through a sector of the universe that activates God DNA within every man, woman, child. You are the new keeper of the flames of love. You are the keepers of supernatural powers when you invoke I am. And you are the gatekeeper of miracles every day and every way. I salute you.
A call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, the king, the queen, the magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Crystals and pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes.
Welcome everyone. Yes, we had a wonderful, thought-provoking show for you tonight. Unfortunately, brother Kanah had an emergency that come up, so he will not be joining us tonight. This will be part one. Kanah and I will be doing part two on February 10th, Monday, February 10th, will be Kanah and I will do part two of today's topic due to the fact that Kanah had an emergency. It gave me a call around 6 o'clock. So we're going to get right to it. I have my assistant here, Brother Israel Bey. He'll be assisting me with the slides. Give your greetings, brother. Your mic's muted.
Peace, everyone. Peace.
All right, right on. So today's topic is truth or misconception. Are quote unquote Black Masons and Eastern stars taught the astronomy and mathematics of Masonic symbols, nationality, birthright, and history? So this will be part one. The truth or misconception. Are quote unquote Black Masons and Eastern stars taught the astronomy and mathematics of Masonic symbols, nationality, birthright, and history? I'm going to discussing my experience in dealing with Masons and Eastern Stars over the years. I'm going to start with my 2011 and 2000 and November 2011 when I first appeared on Sinetta TV, to call it, I think, Black Consciousness, Sinetta TV in New York. And this is at the time where I decided to put out the Masonic Gate newspaper. And when I first appeared on Sinetta TV, I had made the announcement that I would be putting out my Masonic Gate newspaper. This is November 2011. And one of the questions that Sinetta asked me is, why the Masonic Gate newspaper? And I said to him that I wanted to connect. This will be a way for me to connect and outreach and network with our unconscious Masons and Eastern Stars. And in fact, I did just that. So by my being on Sinetta TV throughout the 2012 and 13, I was able to connect with, that gave me a larger outreach. And I remember Red Pill said to me at the time in November 2011, when he and I were vending across from at where Sinetta was vending across from the Black Apollo Theater. That's why Sinetta would used to vend, right, directly across from Apollo Theater in Harlem. So I was out there one day with Sinetta, Red Pill. That was during the time of the African Bambaataa had he had a 2-day event at the National Black Theater. So I spent that Saturday during the day with Red Pill vending where across the street from Apollo Theater. And Sinetta and I had said to Red Pill that I would be on Sinetta TV. He said, well, you're being on Sinetta TV, you'll be able to reach people throughout the country. And that was absolutely true. So when I made my first appearance on Sinetta TV at November 2011, and thereafter, I had gotten calls. I got calls from Masons all over the country, and how did I know that it was a result of by being on Sinetta TV? Because they would let me know. I got your number from Sinetta TV because I would give out my number, and so they were very interested in getting the Masonic newspaper, my Masonic Gate newspaper. And so that this was 5 years before Moorish Mondays Part 1 came out. So I was able to connect with a lot of Masons, particularly brothers. Brothers would call me. And as a result of that, I was able to educate them, send them out newspapers. So this is once again, the day's topic is truth or misconception. Are Black, quote unquote, Black Masons and Eastern Stars taught the astronomy and mathematics of Masonic symbols, nationality, birthright, and history? The reason why it's important for me to tell the audience my experience with Masons and Stars, so that way that you know that I'm not coming out my butt, that I'm not drawing conclusions out of my butt. I'm not drawing conclusions out of thin air. So I have to lay the groundwork of my experience. So I got calls from all over. And these brothers were hungry for information. They were hungry for the astronomical truth about what they call Masonic symbols. They did not know that. They didn't know the Masonic and mathematical truth about what they call Masonic symbols. So then, continuing with my experience, then I went on. I did in July 2013. You Israel, pull that up. The Moorish connection to Masonry. Bring that up. Moorish connection to Masonry. The next, yeah, here it is. Yes, this is a DVD cover. This was one of my most popular DVD. This was this was done, as you see here. This was done in July of 2013 at the King Solomon Grand Lodge, AF and AM Incorporated, Washington, D.C. The Honorable Robert J. Newby, 33rd degree Grand Master, presents me, Abdullah Il Talimosi Bey. This was very popular. A lot of Masons bought this DVD. This was a live presentation that I done and recorded at the King Solomon Grand Lodge in Washington, D.C. So as a result of my, doing something like this, along with the Masonic Gate newspaper, I was able to connect with a lot of Masons, particularly Masons, and with few Eastern Stars. I got then I reached out to go to the one prior to that. I met brother Calvin, and I met brother Calvin in Chicago. Brother Calvin Gasper Jr. in Chicago, and when was that? I met him in Chicago. Was it 2000? This was 2017. Was when I actually this was when what year was that? That's just 2017. So this was actually 2017. Oh, what happened? Yeah, brother Calvin had reached out to me earlier that year. And sister Mayat wanted to actually brought me out. It was scheduled to bring me out to Chicago, and something had occurred where she could not have that location. So I reached out to Calvin so we would not have to cancel. So we actually Calvin connected me with a conference call with the with Antonio Mike Rael. It was brother Lindsley, and so we actually had a conference call, and they agreed to host me at their Grand Lodge, and we would have it open to the public. So this is the result of Sister Mayat and my connecting her with brother Calvin, one of my Masonic connections. Also did a lecture in Cleveland, and I don't have that flyer, but actually the lecture that I did in Cleveland in 2015, it was Cleveland, Ohio. It was packed because once again I had put out the Masonic Gate newspaper, and Sunray Ill, a conscious Moor who's also a lodge initiated Mason, had reached out to me through telephone call, and to get the Masonic Gate newspaper. So I would send him newspapers, and he would pass out the newspapers, and as a result of that would be marketed, and the brothers got a chance to see the level of my knowledge, and it was packed. When I went out to Cleveland, it was about 70 brothers there. Shriners, 32nd degree, 33rd degree. It was packed, and they came to see me. And once again, the Masonic Gate newspaper was the instrument that brought them to the conference, to the lecture. So go to the book cover the at that time, yes, at this book cover was actually the flyer. This was the flyer. This was not a book cover. This was not a book cover at first. This was the title. This was the title of the Masonic Compass Square and the connection to measurement and timekeeping was the lecture title of what I done in Cleveland 2000. I think this is 2016. I think 2016 was after Moorish Masonry 1 came out. 2016, yes. And the title, the Masonic astronomy and geometry of Masonry was the title of chapter 4 of Moorish Masonry. I decided to separate the 5 chapters into 5 separate books. And this is one of them. This is one of the 5. This is one of the books. The title was the Masonic, the Astronomy and Geometry of Masonry. This was the Masonic Compass Square and the connection to measurement and timekeeping was the title for the lecture that I'd done in New York, in Cleveland. When I got back from Cleveland, I decided to use this title, the Masonic Compass Square and the connection to measurement and timekeeping, as the book, as the title of my book. So this was an evolution because I thought that Masonic, the astronomy and geometry of Masonry was too broad. The word astronomy, broad, geometry, broad, too broad. Measurement and timekeeping, as geometry means earth measure. So it's measurement and timekeeping was more specific. So I decided to go with this title for the book cover. Now, what you see here is a handout of a lecture that I did at the Moorish Rites, the ancient free Moorish Rites of Freemasonry. Ancient free Moorish Rites of Freemasonry hosted me at their annual conference in Atlantic City, New Jersey, in April of 2022. So this is a handout that I actually prepared for the brothers as I was asked to speak on the Royal Ark symbol, the Royal Ark Mason, Royal Ark. So this is what they call the Royal Ark symbol. And I actually so what I did was had this prepared to show what it actually means, show the mathematics of what they call this symbol. So I was well received. I spoke for 30 minutes. There was 10 Grand Masters there that came from different parts of the country. I was well received. I spoke in front of about 60, 70 brothers. And there was sisters on the other side. I will be speaking for the 3rd time at their convention in March. This time I will be also speaking to the sisters. These are stars. So I will be speaking to both the brothers and the sisters in March in Newark, New Jersey. It will be the first time I'll be speaking to the sisters. So I was well received at the conference in April 2022. The brothers were blown away. They were highly impressed. What I did was I asked them to close their eyes and imagine a world without astronomy and math. Imagine a world without astronomy and math. No GPS. No clocks. No import, export dealing with shipping. No shipping, because there's no navigation, no knowledge of navigation. No maps. No geography. No determining location. Imagine a world without astronomy and math. And that was my icebreaker. And then I went to explain the astronomical meaning and mathematical meaning of what they call the royal arc symbol. Once again, I'm not coming out my butt. The brothers and sisters are not taught. So this the statement that the brothers are sellouts, that they're holding back. They're holding back. They're holding back the knowledge from their own people. They're sellouts. I mean, they're taught the truth about, they're sellouts, and they hold the secrets. What secrets are they holding? Like you say, that means they taught this. So I have to explain, so that way I'm not coming out my butt. I got to lay the groundwork of my experience. I don't have the experience as El-Kanah. I don't have the experience of an El-Kanah. So El-Kanah will be on with me doing part 2 on February 10th. So I don't have the experience of El-Kanah, of actually being in the lodge, My experience is, I'm explaining my experience. I'm explaining my experience in dealing with Masons and Angel Stars. But my experience in dealing with Masons and Angel Stars is on this level. My experience of dealing with Masons and Angel Stars is on this level of discussing this level of knowledge with them. One-on-ones that they called me, and they got my number for. I was on Senator TV. Speaking at a couple conventions. I was also, and when this book came out, the first week in October of 2018, I spent 4 days at a Prince Hall conference, 500 brothers. There were 500 brothers there. I didn't speak. I was a vendor. I vended at a Prince Hall conference for 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That first weekend in October of 2018, when this book came out, it came in on Wednesday. The book came in on Wednesday. The conference was, their convention was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I went all 4 days. And I had my book, I had Moors and Masonry. I had the Moors and Masonry book, the Masonic Conference Square book that came off the press. I had the Venus book came out the following year, October or September 2019. The etymology books I had, and the Illuminati book. And I got over about 70 brothers approached me in those 4 days, asked me, am I a Mason? I said, yes. As Masonry, I said, yes. I'm not a member of the lodge. Masonry is our culture. I said it, I never say no. My brothers don't say no. Are you Mason? Do not say no. Hear me out, my brothers. Come on, conscious Moors. Come on, unconscious Moors who are not in the lodge. Never say no. Never say no. Masonry is our culture. Are you a Mason? Yes. I am not a member of a lodge. So you know their intended meaning. Their intended meaning, when you're asked if you are a Mason, their intended meaning, are you a member of a lodge? That's the limit of their knowledge. Are you a Mason? Israel, are you a Mason? Israel answer is yes. I am not a member of the lodge. Masonry is our culture. Never say no. Never say no. We must reconnect with our culture. So I have with my experience and outreach. Men's
Skipping a little bit, brother.
and
Video is skipping.
I didn't hear you.
Video is skipping.
Skipping.
Can't really make it. Peace, peace. We're waiting for the brother get back on. Some technical difficulties. Yeah, I'm Kanah Bey once again, founder of Word Step Study Group. I have my Word Step Study Group up and running on Facebook, so you can get on Facebook and type in Word Step Study Group, and you should be able to find me. Yeah. As far as being a Mason, yeah. It's our culture. We started it all. We laid the foundation, charted the celestial events, the celestial objects, brought them down to earth, slowed the vibration for teaching purposes. Excuse me. Yeah, he's working on getting back on the air now. Let me see. So, let's see what we got. Make sure the screen is showing. I didn't switch the PowerPoint. All right, but yeah, so Word Step Study Group, basically teaching people how to fish, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So teaching people through Word Step Study Group, how to fish or the principles of words, how to apply the words, the application of nationality, basically being active, teaching people how to think with those principles. That's being the basis of the thoughts. Knowing those principles, you'll know how to think. So knowing those principles, you'll know how to fish. Principles of the words, as far as like the source of the word. The source of the word would be etymology. Etymology dealing with the origin and development, the true sense meaning of a word. And then you have your application of a word. How do you apply the word? And that's dealing with grammar. So grammar will show you how to apply the word. Basics like your 8 parts of speech, your nouns, your adjectives, your pronouns, your adverbs, your verbs, your interjections, your conjunctions. What else was there? Your articles, and your prepositions. Yeah. So, still waiting on the brother. So. One moment. Yes, word step. Here we go. So the slogan, step forward with words, step study group. The objective, like I said, teaching people how to fish, strengthening the conceptual analytical skills of conscious and unconscious Moors. The mission to facilitate a conscious population amongst Moors to form a political governing body. We have to have that unity. We need that unity. So, the only way I figured we could come together is on the principles. We got to go to the foundation of everything. We can meet there. Give me a second. Check with the brother Abdullah real quick.
Greetings, family. I guess there's some technical issues. Both guests seem to have left the. Can y'all hear me? First, I want to make sure everybody, if you can hear me. Let me just check here. Okay, FaceTime. I'm checking to see if it's audio. Yeah. All right. So, Yisharel, you can hear me?
Yep, clear.
Huh?
Yeah, you clear. I can hear you.
You can hear me. All right. So listen, family. Abdullah dropped out. I don't know if he had a battery problem.
Yeah.
So, brother, you can do one of two things.
Mm-hmm.
You can hold the show down.
Yeah.
Until Abdullah comes back. Are you ready for it?
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So you got it, bro. I'm in the background. I was watering my plants, and I said stuff was kind of quiet. So, family, wherever you are listening in from, put it in the chat so we get an overview of what part of the world you're listening in from, what city, what state, what country, or what planet. So, bro, hold down the fort. Peace out.
All right. Peace. Let me see if there's any comments or any questions, anything. Nope. All right. So it's the Moorish investigate. I'm just gonna, it's a class, YouTube class. You can check these lessons out on YouTube. Moorish Investigative and Research Committee educational lessons on the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page. Free recorded lessons. Let me see. Make sure I can see it. Is that been shared? Yeah, it's on there. All right. Moroccan Post School of Government and International Law by Terrence Bey, Kanah Bey, and Brother Abdullah El Talib Mosey Bey. Moorish Union of Sovereign Tribes by Brother King El Bey. All right, so session 1 covers the basics of criminal investigation, the meaning of evidence, finding of facts, and conclusion of law. Session 2 covers the introduction to the application of law and evidentiary standards, part 1. Session 3, introduction to the application of law and evidentiary standards, part 2. Session 4, using legal principles to draft motions and pleadings, part 1. Session 5, jurisprudence, philosophy of law, and legal principles as the foundation to run government and to handle legal cases. Session 6, using legal principles to draft motions and pleadings, part 2. And session 7 covers the use of affidavits, notary processes, and notary presentments. Upcoming course called Trust and Contractual Legal Safeguards. This 12-week course provides an in-depth exploration of trust, contracts, and the legal mechanisms that safeguard them. Our course, Master Trust Functions. These are the topics that will be spoken about. Master Trust Functions, discover the role of a trust protector, intellectual property law, demystify assigners and assignees, understand power of attorney, navigate licensing, leasing, and renting, strengthen your contracts. The duration is a 12-week course, 12 weeks. The starting date
that's going to change. That's going to change. That's just changed. May 10th, the second Saturday in May. Second Saturday in May. We have the updated flyer. Updated flyer should be out. I think today, tomorrow. Yeah. So that's the May 10th. Next second Saturday in May. It's been changed too.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So it'll be from the same time, right? 2 p.m.
Same time. Mm-hmm.
Right. So from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Format 100% online with live Q&A, questions and answer sessions. Tuition, 299 notes and 99 cents. Register now. For more information, you can call Brother Abdullah Bey. Phone number 215-300-5471. And you can reach him at etymologyvocabulary@gmail.com.
All right. Good job, brother. Thank you for filling in, brother. I had to turn my phone off. I restarted the first time. That didn't work. I said, let me just turn it off. And I'm back.
Let me get the other.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Brother Hank. Thank you. Yes, my brothers and sisters. So we're back in the fold. He's going to bring the screen back up. And so we can get right back to it. So we've been looking at this topic here. This is part 1. Kanah will be with me for part 2, as he had a emergency to deal with today, and he and I will do part 2 together on February 10th, Monday, February 10th. So just bring the screen back up. So we're looking at. So we're going to go right into the Shriners. Sir Walter Fleming. He is the founder of the ancient Arabic order of the Nobles of the Mystic Shrine. The brothers, the Shriners, do not wear this. They wear a fez like this, but they have. It's not plain. So the brothers do not wear a plain fez. All right. So we're going to show what they have on the fez is ours. What's on the fez is our culture. The Moorish scimitar, you have so Israel will bring it up.
I think Hank has to bring the screen in.
Hank, you got to bring the screen in, you said?
Yeah, it's already sharing. Just has to. There we go.
All right. So go to the fez. So once again, the Shriners, do not wear a plain fez. All right there, you just passed it. All right. So this is what the Shriners wear. The ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the Mr. Shrine. What Sir Walter Fleming did in prior to 1870, and it was when 1870 was when the ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the Mr. Shrine was established. It's take our culture. He placed the Moorish scimitar above the crescent moon, 5-pointed star. There's a shrunken head with the cobra headdress. Shrunken head, cobra headdress, Moorish scimitar, crescent moon, 5-pointed star. This does not make it theirs. This doesn't make it theirs. We just don't know what it means. We just, oh, it's a Shriners. That's a Shriner. That's a Shriner symbol. It's a Shriner. Let's look at the name. That's the Shriner. This is not theirs. This is the Moorish scimitar, the crescent moon, the 5-pointed star, shrunken head. So it's not theirs. So there's the scimitar. This is what it looks like. See here? The headdress. It's not theirs. This is not theirs. Cause we're looking at what it is that we view it as symbols though, because we don't have the knowledge. We don't have the astronomical and mathematical knowledge of it. So we just symbol is Shriners, Shriner symbol, Shriners, Shriner Fairs, Shriners Fairs. Yeah, see, that's the Shriners Fairs, and Abdullah, you got the Moorish Fairs on. So Abdullah, well, what's the Shriners Fairs? I don't know that. Israel, you know what a Shriners? You never seen a Shriners Fairs before? I don't know no Shriners Fairs.
Nah.
I know a Moorish Fairs that the Shriners claim to be a Shriners Fairs. I know, but I don't know a Shriners Fairs. I don't know that. I've never seen a Shriners Fairs, Israel. No one on this planet. I'll challenge anyone on this planet. I'll challenge anyone on this planet. No one on this planet has ever seen a Shriners Fairs. They seen Moorish Fairs that Shriners claim to be a Shriners Fairs. See what I just did? See what I just did? See that?
Yep.
Proper concepts. Proper concepts. So it's not a Shriners Fairs. It's a what? Moorish Fairs that the Shriners claim to be what? A Shriners Fairs. Come on, my brothers and sisters, walk with me. Please walk with me. This is power I'm giving y'all. Just walk with me. How many times do I say this, Israel? It's not a lot.
Yep.
Do I say that?
Yep.
It's not a lot. It's proper concepts. It's not a lot of information. It's proper concepts. And once you're giving the proper concepts, the principles, that's easier. It's not a lot. It's a lot with, I mean, you're not guided with principles. It's a lot when you have misconceptions. This is not a Shriners Fairs. So let's first identify what we're looking at. What are we looking at? A Moorish Fairs that Shriners claim to be what? A Shriners Fairs. In 2013, I was at the Shriners Parade to take pictures for Moors and Masonry Part 1. Four brothers accompanied me to Indianapolis, Indiana. This is in Moorish Mason Part 1. Those photos, some of those photos are Moorish Mason Part 1. Remember Ustream? I Ustreamed part of the parade. While I was Ustreaming, a 5-year-old girl, she appeared to be 5 years old at the time, European, with her mother, European 5-year-old girl with her mother. She's standing they were standing next to me, and the little girl that was what? It's what? How many years ago? It's 12 years ago. So she's about 17, 18 now. So 12 years ago, the little, she see all these Europeans look like Donald Trump. See all these Donald Trump looking people. See all these Donald Trump looking people, males, wearing what? The Moorish fez that the Shriners claim to be the Shriners fez. And they are organized by their shrine temples. There's 206 shrine temples in the world. So they're organized by the shrine temples. Came from all over. I mean, it was like 20 blocks long because they had to be lined up. I mean, it was, they came from all over with their different processions. And you had some in the actual car Corvette, some in the miniature Corvette, some decked with the turbans and, So she said to her mom, "Look, mommy, they're wearing the Shriner's hat." So she see all these Donald Trump looking people, males. And so they'll say, "Look, mommy, that man's wearing a Shriner's hat." See that? So you see the birthright theft? Referring to the Moorish fez as a Shriner's hat or Shriner's fez. See the name. See how they did that? See that? Yeah. They replaced more. They replaced more Moorish. See, and put Shriner. See, replace more and put Shriner. Well, shrine means what? Bookcase. Like you're enshrining, So what do you do when you capture? You defeat the people. So they're enshrining it. Like you put a bookcase, you put bookcases on for storage. I mean, for store, you put book, like what a bookcase used for? To what? Store what? Books, right?
Yep.
So you have to enshrine. What are you doing? They enshrine us in our what? Lodges. Yeah. They shrine our what? Culture in lodges. Or what? Shrine temples. The grottos means cave. So look up grotto. So you have grottos that are carved out in mountains. Grottos are carved out in mountains, and they have what? They have statues. Grottos means cave, carved out in mountains, and they have different carved out statues in the grottos. So let's look up grotto and shrine. They're what? Placing our culture within a grotto, all right? And they're marbling it. So would they do this to people that don't mean anything in society? See? So it's popular orientation. This is not a Shriner's Fez because there's no such thing as a Shriner's Fez. Doesn't exist. A Shriner's Fez doesn't exist. It's a Moorish Fez. All right. Because This doesn't make it a Shriners Fest. That's Moorish name. That's not a Shriner's name. There's no Shriner's name. It's not a Shriner's name. That's Moorish name. They took Moorish names for their shrine temples. It's not Shriner's names. Shrine is not a pedigree. It's not an ancestry, lineage, consanguinity, descent. It's Moorish names. These are not Shriner's names. These are Moorish names that they've taken to name for their shrine temples. It's proper orientation. So in order to reclaim that which has been stolen, you got to know that it's yours. And we got to stop associating it with them. All right, so it's proper orientation. Do our brothers and sisters, quote unquote, Black Masons and Eastern Stars, know this? Are they taught this? All right. Are quote unquote Black Masons and Eastern Stars given direct lessons I'm giving right now in the lodge, in order? Are they direct, and like I'm giving? Are they given direct this type of instruction? Are they given the type of instructions that I have in Moors and Masonry Part 1? Are they given the type of instructions that I have in the Masonic Compass Square book and How Venus and Moon book? Are they given the type of instructions that I've had on Moorish Mondays? Are they given the type of instructions that we're going to be given in the contract law course? Are they given in the lodge, in the lodges, in lodge meetings? Do you think they're given this type of instructions, this level of instructions, this detailed level of instructions? They've been called sellouts. They've been called, they all know. They've been called sellouts. They all know. They've been called keeper of the secrets. What secrets are they keeping from you? What secrets are the quote unquote Black Masons and Eastern Stars keeping from their people? Somebody tell me. What secrets are the quote unquote Black Masons and Eastern Stars keeping from their people? No, they keeping this secret. They know this. They know that this is their names. What secrets are they keeping? Because that's been out there. I mean, we got. What I'm saying is that's been out there. Is Israel? They're sellouts. They keeping secrets from us.
Yeah, that's
been out there. I mean, I mean, they don't have no relations. They don't have. So Kanah will be on with me. This will be. He'll come when he come on with me. It'll be part 2 because he's going to give his experience. Yeah. He has 35 years. He's going to give his experience. And he's going to talk about his experience over the past 6 years, as he and I have been dancing for the past 6 years. Are they sellouts? Are they keeping secrets from us? They've been charged for that. So that means the assumption is they're taught this knowledge. They're taught this knowledge in the lodge. The assumption is that they highly knowledgeable in math and highly knowledgeable in astronomy. No, not that they. No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about. Kanah didn't learn math in the lodge. Kanah did not learn math in the lodge. Kanah learned math in school. We went to school. Y'all went to school. Y'all learned like math. Kanah, y'all went to school. Y'all had math class. That's how Kanah learned math.
Mhm.
It's like you had math class. He learned math in school. He just was really good at it. That's all. He was really good in school in math. Like he didn't learn math in no lodge. He learned math like we learn math. But he's just good at it. That's all. So he know more math than me and more math than Israel and a lot of us. He was just good at it. That's it. But he didn't learn. Point is, he didn't learn it in the lodge. That's the point I'm making. He learned no math in the lodge. So the math that Kanah learned is the math he learned in school as we learned math. But he's just good at it. That's it. I just want to just make it plain. So what secrets are they keeping? Oh, that we're Moors. That we didn't come on, that we're native and indigenous to this land. I mean, what secrets are you saying? Because it's just thrown out there. They're sellouts. They're keeping secrets from us. You know what I mean? It's thrown out like that. It's just thrown out. Israel? They all know. They all know. They all know. It's just thrown out.
Yeah.
But we got to. What I'm saying is let's analyze that. I mean, it's never analyzed. It's just they sellouts. You know what I mean? They all know. All right, let's go to. So now I want to get into Israel. We're looking at 6:55, 50 almost an hour now. Let's look at what's the next slide, dog? Let's go to the moon phases. Let's see what's on. Oh, here we go. Yes, let's look at this. All right. Are the Masons and Eastern Stars taught this? So this type of, Israel, this type of instructions given to them in the lodges. Yeah, they're taught that the 5-pointed star is the Venus and Earth relationship over an 8-year cycle. They're taught this. The Venus alignment with Earth over 8 years. Venus star is seen from Earth over 8 years. So you have the Earth Venus transition between the sun and the Earth in 584 days. And it does that transition 5 times in 8 Earth years, forming this Rosetta or 5-pointed star. Starts with 1 point. Doesn't start with 5 points. It's 1 point. So you have 584 days, 1 point. 584 days, transition between the Earth and the sun, 2 points. 584 days, just transition between the Earth and the sun, 3 points. 584 days, Venus transition between the Earth and the sun, 4 points. 584 days, Venus transition between the Earth and the sun, 5 days. 5 points. So it doesn't start with 1 point. 5 points. So don't start with 5 points. When you see a 5-pointed star, that is the ending.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ending of an 8-year cycle. It's the ending. So it's not one. It's not 5 points. It's 1 point first. So keep that in mind. So this is why I'm saying it doesn't matter how it is configured. That's a secondary meaning. Well, if it's the point down Israel, and that means, the inverted Israel, it means, and this is evil when it's inverted, and but it doesn't start with 5 points. That's secondary. Let's go. All right. What I'm saying is, let's go with the primary, the astronomy. That's first. Let's go with the primary meaning. Like, why are we going to as if with the secondary meaning, and that becomes like as if the secondary meaning becomes the primary meaning. The secondary meaning can never become the primary meaning. Regardless of what you say about it, it's still secondary meaning. Whatever meaning you fixed on it, it's still it's a secondary meaning though. This is a cosmological cycle, an 8-year cosmological cycle of Earth and Venus alignment, starting with 1 point. This is ancient knowledge. So we gotta get out of the symbols. We gotta get out of symbols. We gotta get cosmology, astronomy, the cycles, the measurement tools and devices. That you know what? When in 2018, let me add this. In the early part of 2018, I think this was when I was still teaching classes, maybe the end of 2017, early part of 2018. That's when I was still teaching classes at the Moorish Heritage History classes with Ross Mariah, and at the National Black Theater in Harlem, New York. And I was teaching on the 2 pillars, the astronomical meaning of the 2 pillars of Boaz and Joachim, marking the summer solstice and winter solstice. A brother had walked up to me at the end of the class and said, you know what, brother? I was never taught the astronomy of the 2 pillars. I was only taught their names. I said, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before y'all leave, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, brother man, can you say that to them? Can you tell them what you just told me? Remember, they're sellouts. Remember, they taught that they're sellouts. They all know. So I wanted him, because he came up to me to tell me. I wanted them to hear from his mouth. I wanted them to hear from what they call a sellout. I want them to hear what they call they all know. The brother said that he was not taught the astronomical meaning of the 2 pillars of Boaz and Joachim. He was only taught the names, which means he don't know more than how more advanced is he with somebody who doesn't know the names? Like, how more advanced is he? So because you know the names, and that means what? Boaz and Joachim. Ooh, Israel, man, it's deep. Ooh, man, shucks. Man, oh wow. He said Boaz and Joachim. Ooh, wow. Man, whoa, wow, he's deep. Man. Wow, he said Boaz and Joachim. Man, he sure knows a lot, man. I mean, come on, man. Are they sellouts, Israel?
Nah.
Are they keeping secrets, Israel?
Nah.
I mean, do they all know? Oh, no, I mean, they sellouts and keeping secrets, and they all, I mean, come on. Come on, my brothers, sisters. You know what? Let me talk. I had that planted in my head, my brothers and sisters. That they all know, they sell out, they keeping secrets. That was planted in my head early on, 93, 94, 95, and you know what I mean? And what that did, hear me out. What that did, I lost potential relationships with them. no conscious Moor knew how to deal. The conscious Moors were instructed that they're sellouts. They all know. So we were like standoffish, or I and others around me were standoffish with them. But when I started studying, really, when I came into my own with and really coming to understand the astronomical and mathematical function of the measurement tools and devices, what they call Masonic symbols, oh shucks, they don't know this. I said, they don't know this. And I said that I'm going to use this to connect with them. By my thinking that they're sellouts and keeping secrets. That was a divide. I did it. And so from 2010 to the day, I have been doing forging relationships. Kanah, 6 years relationship building with him. Masons calling me from all over the country when I've been on Sanetta TV. Building relationships, speaking at conventions. Connecting with them. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm saying that misconception is a divide. And that I can be a catalyst in working with Kanah and forging relationships that's very much needed. Excuse my language. We're getting our ass kicked. We need to forge relationships. They all know. They sell out. They keeping the secrets. So I can't wait to do this with Kanah. I was disappointed, but things come up. It's all good. February 10th, part 2. Because it's more, this part 2 will be more powerful because I have my man with me, Kanah. 35 years in. So because you're coming from 2 different experiences. His experiences in the lodge, but this past 6 years has been with me, working with me. My experience is not with the lodge. So this is a perfect match because we're coming from 2 different experiences. Right, so I can't wait till February 10th for part 2. Right, next is Israel. All right, blow this. Can they see this? I have to. All right, so what you see here, these are for this one. You see Earth.
Pardon me.
Earth and Venus orbits. So this is the form that it makes. This is the geometry. That's this Rosetta. That you have here Mars and Venus 7 orbits. Saturn and Jupiter orbits. Uranus and Saturn orbits. Jupiter and Earth orbits. Mars and Earth orbits. So I just wanted to offer this to you so you see this geometry here. That's what I'm saying. It's just like we look at this, oh, that's a symbol. I'm showing you that you're looking at cosmology here. This just symbol. That means nothing, though. You're just saying symbol. There's no power in that. Like, meaning you're saying symbol, but there's nothing you're just not connecting it with anything. You're not connecting with cosmology. You're not connecting with a cosmological cycle of anything. You're just saying symbol. It means like you're not actually saying anything. All right, next slide. Just wanted to offer this to them. Continue right along. Go back to the next one.
No.
All right, here. That's why we finished. Yeah, that way because this relates to the previous one.
Gotcha.
All right, so you're looking at here, Mercury's and Venus dance. Mercury and Venus dance, 240 days, 770 days. Can they see it from? We need to blow it up, or this is good enough? All right, so 240 days. This is Mercury's and Venus dance. It's 240 days. That's the geometry shape that it takes that it has. 770 days and 2030 days. 400. This is now this Mercury's and Earth dance. 470 days. That's 1,390 days and 2,510 days, or maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So I just wanted them to see the geometry. So that compass and square with the G in the middle, the G. So here we go. Here's the G. That's the G here. This is the knowledge of the G. Geometry, see the geometry here, but it's what it renders what the cosmological cycles. Earth, Mercury and Venus dance, Mercury and Earth dance. The G again. So I want our brothers and sisters to have. They need this, Israel. They need this. They need to see this. So when they see the G, when they see the compass and square and the G, this comes to their mind. This needs to come to their mind.
Yeah.
That's why we need the images. This got to come to their mind. Not, Masonic compass and square. See, that's masonry. That's masonry. That's the Masonic compass and square. That's nothing. This got to come to your mind. This is something. All right, so we have here the pentagram. That's 1.618. That's 1.6185, which is the golden mean, the golden ratio. All right, so this needs to come to their mind. This math. Oh, that's just the compass. See, that's masonry. See, that's the compass and square. See, that's the Masonic compass and square. That means nothing. This means something. You're associating with this. All right, once again, our quote unquote Black Masons and Eastern Stars taught the astronomy and mathematics of what they call quote unquote Masonic symbols, the truth about their nationality, their truth about their birthright, the truth about their history, in the Masonic orders and Eastern Star chapters. Not on their own, are they direct lessons like I'm giving right now? Are there this type of instructions given in Eastern Star chapters and Masonic orders? Are there this level of instructions? Because they've been called sellouts. keeping the secrets from their people. They all know. You got a bunch of highly mathematical, astronomical, knowing the history and, birthright and knowing international law and, man, all these Masons, these stars know international law and, they know the political application of nationality. They know world history. They know legal principles and jurisprudence and legal philosophy. All these Masons and Eastern Stars, and because they're sellouts and they're keeping the secrets from us, Israel. Do y'all really believe that? Do y'all really believe that? Israel, I don't think they believe that. They don't. Israel, Israel, they don't believe that. I'm not going back and forth with nobody. They don't believe that, Israel. They don't. They don't believe it. If they say it, Israel. If one of these people who listen to me right now say they do, I'm gonna say they don't. They don't believe that. Somebody it's been out there like that, Israel. They all know. They just somebody that they really love and hold dear, and and people been pushing it like that, and they all it's the get on the train thing. It's the get on the train. Yeah, they all know. They're sellouts and they're keeping the secrets in. All right. But that's what I'm saying, that now that they listening to me and looking at what it actually is, do they really think that they're taught on this level? They don't know. They don't believe that. They don't even know what masonry is themselves.
Right.
The ones who call them sellouts, the ones who call them, they all know. The ones who call them they keeping the secrets, they don't even know masonry themselves. They don't even know what masonry is themselves. It's just they got on the train. This got on the train with somebody. That's all. This got on the train and it made them feel good. I mean, they get on the train with everybody. Well, I ain't on the train with everybody. I jumped off that train a long time ago and got down to some studying, got down to some researching, got down to a lot of reading. I ain't on with everybody. I'm like, call me Jack Frost. I mean, call me Robert Frost. Call me Robert Frost. Robert Frost, the poet, who wrote the poem, one of the poems, The Road Least Traveled By. I'm Robert Frost. I take the road least traveled by. I ain't jumping on the train like everybody. I ain't jumping the train like everybody. They all know. They all sellouts. The keeper of the secrets and all that. He loves, but I try to keep it, add some levity to, my presentations. I gotta lighten it up, y'all. I gotta lighten it up for y'all. Next, gotta lighten it up. All right, here. This is all right. So now we looked at the 5-pointed star, the cosmology of the 5-pointed star. Now we have the moon. Isn't that one of what they call symbol that they have the Moorish crescent, Moorish scimitar. So here we got the moon phase. These are the 4 moon phases, and they have 8 days here between each one. January 25th, January 2025. This was January 6th, January 13th, January 21st, and this will be January 29th. So you had the first quarter moon, January 6th, full moon, January 13th, third quarter moon, January 21st, and new moon that you can't see, January 29th. And there's an 8-day here. So we're looking at between 7 days and some change. All right. Between each major moon phase. And that's the origin of the 7 days in the week. This is the origin of the seven. Looking at the seven, this is the origin of the 7 days in a week. All right. So next slide. So we have here the combination of the moon phase, major moon phases and the minor moon phases. So you have 4 major moon phases and 4 minor moon phases. So I wanted to offer this to them, right? Because I wanted to bring it to life, Israel. I wanted to bring what they call the Masonic symbols to life. This is how you bring it to life.
Yeah.
So this is why I was saying the telescope. You know, I even had talked to Kanah about starting an astronomy club. You know, getting into astronomy club because that brings it to life, though. You know what I mean? It has more meaning when you are actually doing it. You come to understand Masonry. You know, when you actually doing it, brings it to life. So Kanah agreed. You know, because he wants to bring it to life. And this is why Kanah spent a lot of time, and you know, and I had encouraged him to do it, to talk about the math, because it can't be done without the math. And I love how Kanah, you know, really digs in and with the math, because I know it can't be done without the math. Because the math is the math is how you're going to actually apply it. You need the math to apply it, because the science that gives you the philosophy, you know, you look the principles, you know. But as far as application, you need the math, because it can't be applied without the math. Because you gotta measure. How you gonna do it? Yeah. You're charting with the math, and he actually, you know, laid that down on December 23rd, 2020. Did the one on December 23rd. All right, next. All right. So what you have here? I gotta blow it up myself. I can fix my glasses so I can see it. All right, so we have here instead of it being linear, so we had the previous slide gave you the linear. All right, this gives you an actual cyclical version of the 4 major moon phases and the 4 minor moon phases. All right, I wanted to give you both orientations. All right, so as seen from Earth, the waxing moon is at the waxing gibbous moon means build up. So we have here the waxing crescent, with arrow, and then right here, and yep, thank you, Israel. The first quarter, the waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous means it's losing, waning. All right, so waning gibbous. Last quarter, waning crescent, new moon. You can't see the new moon. All right, so I just wanted to give you that orientation here. All right, so once we bring it to life now, bring it to life. Next slide. Israel, you're doing a great job, man. I greatly appreciate your support.
Indeed, bro.
All right, so we have here the new moon So we'll start here with the new moon on the far right. The waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous, this or full, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. It's just another picture. This is a more lifelike picture. So that's why I have both. I wanted you to have both orientations. All right, next. Yeah, we're almost done here. Yeah, the mystic order of the veiled prophet of the enchanted realm. That's MOVPER, mystic order of the veiled prophet of the enchanted realm. That's established in Hamilton in New York in 1850 something, I believe. Oh, here it is. Thank you. 1889.
Yeah.
Leroy Fairchild and members of a Masonic lodge in Hamilton, New York, established the Mystic Order in 1889. This is after the shrine was established first, 1870. The European grottos used Moorish names in their 150 temples. And all their temples are within the United States jurisdiction. That the Moorish landmass where the United States exercises territorial sovereignty. And that territorial sovereignty that the United States exercise did not come from us. Hear me out. The United States is not exercising territorial sovereignty by the way of the Moors. I have finding of facts. There's no, you know I do. You know I do.
Right.
The Moorish, the United States is not exercising territorial sovereignty by the way of the Moors. It's by way of Great Britain, 1783 definitive peace treaty between Great Britain and the United States. By way of France, 1808, the Louisiana Purchase Treaty. By way of Spain, 1818 treaty between Spain and United States. Also the 1898 treaty between Spain and the United States. You have the Guadalupe Treaty between the United States and Mexico and the United States, but not by the way of the Moors. That's it. We talk about territorial sovereignty, not by the way of the Moors. All right, by the way of the European conquesting powers. All right. So that's been the misconception in Israel that the Moors allowed them. The Moors that New York State is allowed by the Moors. South Carolina State allowed by the Moors. No, it's not. Article 1 of the 1783 Definitive Peace Treaty between Great Britain and the United States. It's easy to shut that down. It's easy. All right, continue. That's off topic, but all right. So these are the grotto temples indicated by state. These are the 150 grotto temples. Just want them to feast their eyes on this. Snapshoot this, y'all. Y'all can snapshoot this. These are the grotto temples. These are Moorish names. These aren't European names. These are Moorish names. These aren't grottos names. Grotto names. It's Grotto name. Grotto's not a pedigree, ancestry, lineage, descent of anybody. It's Moorish names. It's not Grotto's names. All right. Next slide. Oh, who is this imposter? Wearing our Moorish fez. See that's a grotto fez. There's no such thing. I don't know that. Neither do you. Identify what it is by name, by what? National origin. Identify by its national origin. Moorish fez. Not Grotto's fez. Oh, because they put that on there that makes it Grotto fez? So I take your stuff. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. All right, next slide. That's an imposter. Now, if he that turn that back, now if he were a brother, I would have never. I can't call brother imposter. I mean, huh? How am I gonna call brother an imposter? That doesn't make sense. That's his fans too. Hold on. What makes me? I ain't no better than he is. If a brother was wearing this, the brother wouldn't be an imposter. Because the brother's wearing a Moorish fez. That's his by birthright. I don't care what's on the fez. It's still a Moorish fez. Our brother can't be no imposter. That's his. It ain't no more. It's no more than mine than his is. Right, it's his. It's his birthright. Shucks. It ain't no more my birthright than his birthright. Now, because he ain't no brother, Donald Trump looking, I mean, imposter. Next slide. All right, so they have here, this is known as a Mokanna, Mokkanna, Mokanna. So this is the name of the Moorish name of the Grotto temple. You see the horns. And the Mokanna's wearing a red turban. Ooh, red turban. Wow. Red turban, and you have the horns. Horns, moon, the crescent horns. All right. The Moorish fez. Next slide. We'll be ending soon because like I said, I have my man Kanah and I. What's that? That's it.
That's the last slide on that.
All right. Oh, that's good. So we just gonna be here because I'll have, like I said, you know what, Israel, we're gonna save this for Kanah. I won't give the because he did ask me about. So I won't give those comments. Right. I won't we'll do that for part 2. All right, because Kanah wants to do that because he was the one that selected those comments among the 20. So I'll wait for him in part 2. So the comments will be in part 2. All right. So we're done. So I'll just thank you all. So once again, true or misconception are black, quote unquote, black Masons into stars, taught the astronomy and mathematics of Masonic symbols, nationality, birthright, and history, part 1. So I'll add part 1 to this. And in part 2, we'll mark it for part 2, which is February 10th. Part 2 was February 10th. And I had Crypt Jesus next week. Kanah and I for part 2, February 10th. Cosmo Ale, the 24th, Monday the 20th, February 24th. and Israel and I will do the fourth Monday because we're switching with El Kanah. Because El Kanah is the fourth Monday. Well, no. Cosmo L has the fourth Monday for this month, for February. For February, Cosmo L has the fourth Monday. Israel and I will have the third Monday. Israel and I will have the third Monday. El Kanah and I will do the second Monday, which is February 10th. Crip Jesus is next week. All right? So it's Crip Jesus, El Kanah and I, part 2. Israel and I, and then Cosmo L, the fourth Monday. All right? Of February 24th. All right. So once again, I always want to give a shout out to Brother Hank. I greatly appreciate you. This is my 13th month. And so I'm into my second year now. My website has been going across the screen all night, mooresandmasonry.org for Moors and Masonry Part 1, Moors and Masonry Part 2, How Our Venus and Moon Rule, Etymology and Vocabulary, Supplement U1, the Masonic Compass Square and the Connection to Measurement and Timekeeping, and the Illuminati and the Illumination of the Mind. Go to mooresandmasonry.org. Tune in to look at, share this video, let people know we'll be doing part 2, but I'll be marketing that tomorrow. With El Kanah and I'll be doing part 2. And check out, once again, to subscribe to Magnet's Crystal Pyramid YouTube page. Like this video, also the other videos. Check out the other videos that's on this YouTube page. Thank you again, Israel. Peace, everyone.
Peace.
All right, we're still live. All right, peace, everyone. Like and share. Brother Hank. So, once again, go to my website for my books, mooresandmasonry.org. Like and share this video. I have Crip Jesus next week. And I'll get his topic to. I meant to get that today. Well, do we have any questions? You see any questions? I usually, so since while we're still on, any questions? See any questions in the chat? No questions.
Let me see.
Y'all want to put any questions in? We're still on, so type your questions in. Type your questions in. El Kanah and I will be doing part 2 together. We'll be doing part 2 on February 10th. And I know I marketed this presentation with El Kanah, but I said he had an emergency. And because I had already marketed it and I wasn't prepared to do another presentation because I was prepared to do this, I said, well, I'll go with this and then, we'll do part 2 together. Because he really wants to do this, and I need him to do this with me. Because I need him to do this with me. Because like I said, we come from 2 different experiences, and it's good to have, both experiences coming together.
Yeah,
I have experience. Yes.
I didn't see any questions.
No question. All right. So we can we can close out here, and I'll just contact him. They'll never know we're done. All right. All right. Peace, everyone.
Peace.